Yeah. That's some real talk I want to talk about. Some real talk I want to talk about. What's this here? Let's see. I want to talk about the spiritual governance of young kids. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. We gonna link up, man. We gonna link up. We can link up. Shoot, we can link up later on tonight. We can link up tomorrow. But we won't talk about on that on here because we don't. We want people to figure out what we working on, man. Working on, man. But yo, I'm talking. I'm gonna talk about some real talk on this live real quick, man. For anybody who's gonna look at this later on, and anybody who's gonna see this on the live. And this has been on my chest, man, because I got to talk about this. I got to talk about this, and I got to talk about this to grown folks. This is a grown folks conversation. Many of you know, man, I've been in ministry for years, for teenagers and young adults, for many years, and I've seen a lot going on both sides of the spectrum. But in saying all that, I should have put a title on this, but it's your kids are not the governor of your young kids. And this is a grown folks conversation because the fact that this is grown folks that's doing this. All right. Then it's a generational thing that's happening that needs to stop. And I get phone calls 3 o'clock in the morning and things like that from 21-year-old, 20-year-old young adults concerning this, and you could see the path that's forming. What I'm saying is this: you grown folks that are 45 plus, 55 plus, etc., having kids right now, talk to your kids and know what you're doing. Because in all reality is, you're not going to live to be 150. Okay? You're not. You're probably already 55. All right? And now you got a 9-month-old. Right? And now your 19 or 21-year-old kid, 22-year-old kid is all in love with this new kid. All right? And you say that you're not going to let that kid raise a kid or whatever, but I see you passing on motherly traits to your kid that's in college, who just established their credit, who just getting their life together, who's still a kid. Don't let you say it, you're not doing it, but subconsciously you're doing it. You're letting your young adult kid raise your young kid. It's wrong. Because what you're doing, you're forming a spiritual responsibility and an emotional attachment from your young adult kid to a small kid, inside and within the care of being a mother. You're putting emotional attachments as a mother to a young girl, and it's wrong. And some of you're doing it to you're putting manly responsibilities on a young boy, a young man, and you don't even know how to administrate manly principles to a man because he wasn't raised with a man in his house, and there's still no man in your house with the baby you just made. So how dare you force man-like principles of fatherhood on your son? But this is the thing. This is the GOAT. This is the GOAT. You leave here at 77, 80 years old. Your oldest child is 45. Your youngest child is the age of your oldest child right now. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. Your oldest child may not have the same father as your youngest child. So the spiritual ramifications of how that child thinks and what's in his genetic DNA is totally different. Your first child or your first husband may have a sense of peace. Didn't work out, but he's a centered man of peace. Your second man, one night stand, husband or whatever it is, for your second child, he may have some other spirits of aggravation, other spirits in him. So you leave this earth and you leave your oldest to be the spiritual governor of another child whose DNA doesn't match. And that's why you have, to this day, you have brothers and sisters. And you got your brothers and sisters living together forever. And you got that brother or that sister that stays in the back room and never comes out. And we call them what? Baby boys. Baby girls. And your smart child, the oldest one, who had so much promise, who was straight A student, who had all it going for him, all of a sudden can't get ahead because your other child that you put spiritual governance over can't break loose of this kid because you put him in a situation where this kid is now playing the role of a spiritual mother or father because you did that when they were young. And they can't get ahead and be who they are and who they're going to be in life because you have your youngest kid attached to them. And you would never know it because you're dead in the grave. Don't do it. You're messing up these kids' lives. Messing up these kids' lives early. And y'all grown. 40, 50, 60 years old people. Robbing your kids of their future. Because you're selfish. Your mama didn't raise you better. Somebody got to say it. It's crazy out here, man. Everybody want to talk about the young kids shooting and doing all this and robbing at Lennox Mall and doing all this, man. Look at what these kids come from. Look what these kids got on them. Some of these young boys out here, 22 years old, got felons because of one raised right. Daddy absent in the home. He don't got a kid. He got a 2-year-old god doggone sister or brother he got to take care of. Grown folks, wake up. Take responsibility. See a damn therapist. Too grown. But it's never too late to fix your life. And it's never too late to stop generational curses. Do something about it.